What the heck is happening in the world? Have mercy. America under siege. People are doing unethical things. What's happening in the world and how is it affecting us at work? Wow. Hey you, what's happening at work? What's keeping you up at night? What's causing you frustration or depleting your wellness at work? Talk to me and with me. This is Joyce Odidison, your host with the What's Happening at Work show, where we create solutions to work, live, and play well. Join me now for next episode. My goodness, no matter where you live, no matter what you do for a living, if you work, there's going to be drama. There is always drama at work. Let me tell you. So I imagine you have goals for 2021 and you are trying to execute them just like the rest of us. You better have some goals. I am of the assumption that you have some goals. Don't ever think that because you are working and you have a job and you're getting a paycheck bi-weekly that you don't have to have goals for your future. It's very, very, very important that you have goals, that your leaders are seeing you setting goals and that you're letting them know what your goals are and that they can see you actually taking steps to reaching your goals and that you're asking them for help to attain your goals. This is critically important. I meet too many mid-career professionals in the organizations just sitting there waiting for someone to take care of you. And when shit happens and everything goes buster, then you're telling me, well, Joyce, I have been so faithful to this organization. I have given them 20 years. I have been here for 12 years. I have been here for 13 years. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. When shit hit the fan, they're looking at their bottom line. And honey, if you look unattractive enough, you're going to get the boot. You know, I had someone called me up and she was very upset. She was crying because her boss gets the boot. Her boss was fired and he has given this company 20 years and he recruited me and he was my champion here and now he's got fired. I can't believe they would let him go. How can they not be faithful to him? It's business. He's just a number on the bottom line sheet. Hello? You had better make sure your resume is in good order. You had also make sure that your LinkedIn profile is in good order. You had also make sure that you are spending time building good relationships in the organization so that you have people you can ask for a reference, a positive reference. I see too many of you when things fall apart, you're there and telling me, oh, I don't know who to use as a reference. I'm not quite sure. That is your job. Your job is to take care of your career. You are a professional. You are a leader of your career. You are supposed to put the information out there to the people that like you. There's got to be somebody at work who likes you. Look for that person and you tell them, if I ever need to apply for promotion or elsewhere within this company or elsewhere, would you be able to give me a positive reference? You need to ask that before the fact. Right now, there's someone grieving the process that they ask a supervisor in the organization, not their supervisor, but just another supervisor, if that person would be a reference for them. And the person said, no, I don't think I could give you a positive reference. and they're grieving it. Like, really, get your head on straight. You can't be out there messing up things. You can't be at work having a poor reputation, not doing your work well, pissing off everyone, and you're going to expect others to give you a good reference. So here's what to do. If you have a job and you are thinking of advancing your career, you need to start identifying some leaders in your organization and offer up your service. Is there something I can do to help you? Is there a project I can work on that I could add to my profile, to my learning plan, that you could use to give me a positive reference if I would need one as I'm looking for promotion? You have to take control of your professional career. I don't want any more sub stories. I don't want any more, I'm so mad, I'm grieving, I can get a reference. Do not be a victim. Be one of those people who take charge of their career. You've put in all these years. I've had people subbing. I've given all these years. I've been good for all these years. And now this one little thing, and I'm being reprimanded. I'm being written up. I'm being investigated. That's how the system works. I'm sorry. You're not being singled out. That's how the system works. It's to provide checks and balances for everyone. That is why we behave at work, because there are consequences. Don't think that you're being singled out. Don't come crying to me that, oh, I'm being given the short end of the stick. I I asked one of my clients the other day, I said, okay, so you're telling me about all the grievances you have with your workplace, all the bad things that's happened to you at work. Tell me something. Is there anything you're going to take responsibility for? I ask the tough questions. I'm sorry. I have to ask the tough questions because sometimes we lie to ourselves. I said, if you open up this kind of worms, you are going to have to be prepared for the consequences. What are you taking responsibility for? And then she says to me, well, I guess I have been a real bitch to some people in the organizations because I have been so angry. I said, it doesn't matter what your reason is. The fact is, you've been nasty to people in the organization. So that is the reputation that you've developed for yourself. Because guess what? People talk at work. People talk about you. Yes, you. People talk about you at work. Hello? Don't ever think that they don't discuss you. Your boss discusses you with other leaders. Oh, I will come to that next. Oh my goodness. I could do a whole episode on this nonsense. Your boss discusses you with other leaders. If you have a really good relationship with your boss should be discussing you with other leaders. You know what your boss should be saying? Man, I am so amazed and so grateful to have you as my employee. If your name, whatever your name is. So let me tell you what they're saying. I am so glad to have Joyce as an employee. I cannot believe the results that I'm getting from her. That is what you want them to say. Put your name in where where Joyce is. Put your name there. Let them rave about you. I have a colleague that her bosses are raving about her to the point that she got 3 job offers within her organization from other leaders. They are all vying. They're tapping her on the shoulder and say, we have a position coming up, and I think because of your skills and your execution, I want you to apply for it. 3 And there are some people who's never moved in the organization who are not getting any opportunity to grow. That is what you want to do. You want to execute at such a high level. I'm not saying kill yourself. I'm not saying don't go without sleep and all this nonsense. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying do your job and do it well. Ignoring work is not an option. If you feel that's something worth ignoring, FYI your boss. Hey, this came across, and based on what I'm doing and the really important things that we're working on right now, I'm thinking that we might need to discuss what to do with this. Let your boss tell you to ignore it. It was so funny the other day. Someone said to me, hey, my boss said I should ignore something. I didn't even know that was an option. I'm like, you see what happens when you ask, right? Don't just ignore it on your own. FYI your boss. Say, hey, this is happening, and I know it's going to take away from what we're doing. What we're doing is so critically important. I don't see how this aligns. What should I do? Let your boss tell you ignore it. So when there is a question, or when someone comes back and say you didn't do it, and say, oh yeah, my boss, oh yeah, John said we need to put that off for now because we have these other projects. Or you could just talk to John about it. He'll tell you. I had passed it on to him and he had some feedback. You have to learn how to negotiate your staff and build your reputation, your professional reputation. Because you know what? If you need to leave that organization, you want to have good references. Some people can't get a reference, a positive reference. And they've worked for 10 and 12 years. What have you been doing? That's equivalent to me working for 24 years and have nothing to show for it. Because all you get is a paycheck. You should be building your resume. Another strategy you could do is when you get projects to do, ask your boss, could we call this, think about what your future career is. Ask your boss, could we name this differently? Can I refer to it this way on my profile? Because you need to be building up your profile. You need to be reminding your boss every year. This is a new year. You had better set some time to talk to your boss about what you want to accomplish in 2021. You had better be doing that. If you're not doing that, shame on you. Put it on your list. That's what you're going to do. Ask your boss, what should I be doing? This is what I want to do this 2021. What should I be doing to make that happen? How can you support me to that, to attain that goal? What do you think I need to think of? Or what else should I know or understand to be successful with my goal? Is there funding available for training in these particular areas? I think that I would benefit from some improved skills in this area or that area so I can be more proficient, I can be more effective, I can turn over faster. Don't just go ask your boss, is there any money for training? Be specific. Sell what you want to learn and how it's going to benefit the bottom line, how it's going to make your boss look good. Some of you come to them and Joyce, oh, they said there's no money for training. I can't get money for training. Why? I have other people in the same department getting thousands of dollars for training. It's how you present your stuff. Why would they give you money for training when it's just for your training and you haven't shown them how it's going to make your boss looks good? If you can show your boss how that training is going to make them look good, trust me, they will find the money. You need to take your career in your hands and you need to stop whining. Because if you haven't seen what happens to whiners, take a look at Donald Trump. My goodness. What an idiot. With a capital I. This man had everything going for him in the highest job on the land. And he decide to spend the last 4 years whining about all the things that happened to him and they're doing to him, to the end of desecrating his country and his capital and bringing thugs on. That's what happens when people whine, because they're not taking responsibility. They lose perspective. They're not seeing the results of what they're doing. Don't be a Trumper. Not that way. He is not going to end well. It's a sad state of affairs in America. Thank God I don't live there. I love all of you who live there. I pray for you. As I said before, it's like watching my neighbor's house on fire and not being able to throw water. It's sad. As a Canadian, we see that and we're like, what in the world? It is sad. So I want you to think about your career and ask yourself, do you want to end up that way? Don't come crying to me that, oh, I can't get a positive reference. I have nobody to give me a positive reference. Take the steps right now and think about the actions you're taking right now. Start 2021 off positively. If there is somebody that you didn't like or somebody that bugs you, smile, say good morning, wish them happy new year. Hope them that something positive happens for them. Let them know how can I support you this year? What are your goals? What are you looking forward to at work this year? Start putting on that positive, optimistic face. No more whining and crying, because we see what happens when people do that. Take charge of your life and start thinking, if that company decides today that they're going to slash their bottom line and my name comes up, what am I going to do? How have I prepared myself to move on successfully from here? Reality is, most companies now, when they let you go, they will provide you with some support to move on. But you're going to be thrown into a bulk service, and you don't get one-on-one attention. So you still need to now pay some money to get that one-on-one attention so you can rise up from the pack and you can stand out in your brilliance. Because at the end of the day, nothing comes for free. You need to do what you need to do. You need to pay for what you need. You get what you pay for in life. If you don't want to spend that little bit of time to invest in yourself or the money to get ahead, then you're going to stay lost in the pack. So how do you stand out? How do you get yourself ready to move on in your career? Because you've got family members depending on you. You've got a responsibility. You don't have a year to find a job. You need to treat every day as an opportunity to build your profile and your resume for that time, should you need to go out there. Always think about that, because I find some of you get so darn comfortable in just having a job and being taken care of. That's a mirage. It's not true. You have to earn the next level. If you want to really have impact and get ahead, then you need to be strategic. You need some strategic advice. These are some of the things that I work with my clients, and these are some of the things they challenge with. As you know, I help mid-career professionals who are struggling with difficult relationships at work, who are becoming emotionally unwell and mentally unwell because of the stress of difficult situations at work, not knowing how to navigate the corporate terrain. Well, if you're looking for support in that area, let me know. I also have the Emotional Wellness Cleanse coming up. It's a great opportunity to let go and let loose from all of those negative stories at work that's been holding you back and get you going, moving you forward, cleansing that emotion and getting you going. That's starting next week. So give me a shout out or go to my website at interpersonalwellness.com or joyceodidison.com and get more information. Talk to you later. Have a great, great day and stay well. Bye now. You've been listening to What's Happening at Work. This is Joyce Odedison, your host, and I want to thank you for being with us. Thank our guests and our sponsors, Interpersonal Wellness Services, Inc., the Global Workplace Wellness Summit, and of course, the Wellness Competency Mindset Movement. And if you want to hear from us, learn more, or get more episodes, join us at interpersonalwellness.com, where we help you to work, live, and play well. Bye now. We'll see you for another episode.